A lot, Jake, has been said and made of your Jewish faith and being the quarterback at a predominantly Christian school. Do you like that that's that big of a deal?
It is a thing.
And that's okay, being a thing.
I'll admit, sometimes I'm like, let's just talk about ball. What are we doing?
Sure.
But other times I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a big deal, especially in today's political climate. It is kind of a huge deal. So I wouldn't say it's overplayed. I can imagine it would be overplayed, way more overplayed in other situations at other schools. Now, BYU, of course, being a religious institution, is it's easy to kind of be a big factor in who I am. But I mean, like I said, I don't mind it being as big as it is, especially today's days and age. Like, I feel like I was talking to somebody about, there's the big story about how Sandy Koufax didn't play on Yom Kippur, right? And then he ended up pitching Game 7 World Series and he won the World Series. And people have asked me the questions, have you thought about that? Well, it's a funny thing that, like, interestingly, it doesn't get brought up because we do play on Saturdays, which is the Sabbath. But I tell people my Sabbath is simply this. I get to go out on the field and play in front of millions of people, repping my faith as proudly as I possibly can. Is that not Sabbath? I mean, is that not the perfect thing to be doing on the Sabbath? Is to be 100% yourself in front of all these people? Like, I love that I can be that beacon of Judaism in front of all those people. I love that ESPN put that graphic up and then somebody made a meme of it and that was all over, Instagram or whatever. Half my, friends are sending it to me. And I was like, that's so cool because now there's kids on campuses like UCLA where all this crap is happening. They get to be like, okay, something good's happening. You know what I mean? There's not enough good news in the world, period. So might as well be some of it.
Yes.
And so that's what I love about it is that is good news that there's a Jewish starting quarterback at BYU. That's good news because maybe some thought that was impossible. And also maybe some thought that the Jews aren't doing it too well right now because frankly we're not. Israel being in the state of war that it's constantly in and even worse now, and the political climate all over campuses in America right now, it's unbelievable. And I'm so grateful to be at a place like BYU where they're nothing but supportive, and it's so awesome to be that and to be part of that and be part of this institution. I'll tell you what, I've been so grateful for BYU to allow me to have this platform, to allow me to be faith oriented and allow me to grow in my faith. Because coming to a school like BYU, it's so faith-oriented. Everybody's talking about it. It's part of class. I take religion classes, and I was in a religion class where they pray before every class. We pray before every meeting. You know what I mean? And so it's like, well, it's so much easier to grow in your faith when you're around people who are of faith. It's that simple. It's like surround yourself with people who you want to be like because you'll become like them. And that's kind of how it's been. I've been able to grow in my faith as a Jew. And so sure, maybe I sometimes can get tired of it, but I'll tell you what, I just take a step back and I'm like, no, I'm not tired of it because I get to do something that people get to look up to. I get to see the DM in my messages like, hey, it's so awesome to watch you play. I'm so happy you're Jewish, so am I. Like from a kid who's 12 years old, like who knows where, people, especially on the East Coast is where you get the highest population, but it's like, you just get the unlimited support from these people who like maybe didn't know this was possible and now it's possible. And so it's incredible to be in the position I'm in and to be able to share my platform and use my platform to spread this positivity, spread this light.
Fantastic.
That's great stuff.